Hey guys, Brian again. Today we're going to be looking at this is a 5900 Graco gas sprayer, but this repair is going to cover almost every single airless with a piston drive, including electric, gas, hydraulic, doesn't matter. So customer said that the pump is leaking. When he's running it, it's spraying out in this area here. Probably already have a video like this, but you're going to start seeing a lot of repetitive videos because it seems like people keep missing these things. So I'm just going to try to flood it with a lot of repairs that are very similar across the board. So maybe somebody will find what they're looking for. So they're saying it's leaking through here. Before we get started, as always, be safe. Make sure your pressures are off at your pumps. Make sure there's no electrical hazards, things of that nature. You want to be safe. Wear safety glasses. Whatever is appropriate for the job. So we're going to go through this fairly quick because this is a pretty simple repair. Fluid's leaking from here. There's a seal in here. Everybody wants to look at this seal here. This is the reason why it's leaking. Get this thing out. This seal right here has nothing to do with a leak. This O-ring simply prevents paint from running back down in here and building up, causing a situation where this is hard to get off. This has nothing to do with it. First thing I'm going to do is hit the inlet housing with a hammer to loosen it. Unscrew it. That's your culprit right there. That O-ring. Let's move this down so you can see a little better. This O-ring, that white O-ring right there. On the small electrics, it may be black. It used to be white, but now they're black. That O-ring, when it gets worn out, and when I can move it in here and I can see it shifting in this groove, it'll start to leak. If you get a little notch in it, or if it breaks, it'll leak. The other thing you want to look at is inside of your housing here. Run your finger around inside of the shoulder to make sure it's smooth. If you feel a rough area, then it's probably going to damage this O-ring. And the shoulder I'm talking about, if you could see it, is right above the retainer for the ball. The ball got that smooth area right there all the way around. This one's smooth, so we know it's good. Your O-ring may be broke. It may not be broke. This one is not broken. But these will compress. Once you put this back on and you put it on tight, hammer tight, not wrench tight, hammer tight, it compresses that O-ring so that it fills in the voids. If it is not compressed well, it's going to leak. If you have damage to this little lip here, it's going to leak. Now, one of the things I see people do is they'll put these back on, hand tight. No, these tabs are meant to be hit with a hammer. You hit that thing hard with a hammer. You got to get it tight. At least 3 good hits to get it tight. All right? Now, with that being said, the O-ring's pretty simple. You just push it into the groove and pop it in place. Now when you screw this back on, again, you're going to hit it with a hammer good and tight. Now all we're going to do is we're going to slip it back on here. We're going to tighten it up. Again, that O-ring has nothing to do with a leak. The O-ring that goes on here, like I said, is a compression. So when you put this on, you want to leave it on until you absolutely have to take this off. We're going to hit it hard. Now we're tight. But as I said, it's a compression O-ring. So when you put this on and you take it off, you put it on and you take it off, you're constantly changing the profile of this O-ring. And it's gonna be susceptible to leaving a small gap. And when this machine's running at 3,300 PSI, it's gonna push past that gap. And when it pushes past that gap, you got a leak. And over time, that leak can actually damage the housing, can damage the sleeve, which is where this O-ring attaches to, and these parts get pretty expensive. But that's it. That's how you change the O-ring on the sleeve or the cylinder of most any of the Graco sprayers to prevent that or stop that leak that's occurring right here. Got any questions? You know how to contact me. Otherwise, you guys be safe.